Hi, boys and girls. It's Mrs. P, and I'm back with the Tuttle twins and the Miraculous pencil by Connor Boyack, illustrated by Elijah Stanfield. So we just stopped kind of in the middle because it was getting a little bit too long. So we will start at the top of the page because I think that's right where I stopped. Each step in the process requires big machines and many people from all around the world working together, said Carl. The different parts are finally shipped to us, and we put them all together to make a pencil. So remember that they were going to this pencil factory just to find out, can you make a pencil? Probably not. The kids waved goodbye to Mary as Carl led them to where they could see the factory floor. Ethan craned his neck to better see everything below. He could see the wood pieces being cut, glued, and attached around the long, skinny pieces of graphite. That's the lead in your pencil. A large machine was also spraying the yellow lacquer onto each one of the pencils, and another was attaching the eraser with tiny furls. I think that's how you pronounce that, furls. That's, gosh, I don't have a pencil right here, or I'd show you. Anyway, Emily closely inspected every part of the pencil she was holding. It was so interesting to think about all the people who had worked together to make it and how different parts came from all over the world. And so this is the plant floor. See, that's a person. So these are all great big pieces of machinery, and things come out here and they go along, and then something happens here, and this has just got rollers on it so it slides all the way down, so these people can do, I don't know, whatever it is they're supposed to be doing, watching stuff, I guess. So, and there's the kids looking down, and okay, so this, I found a pencil. This is the shiny lacquer. And, of course, that's the graphite that they put in there, which I'm hoping that they show a picture of that. And then that's like, how we sharpened it. And these, well, that eraser is really worn down, but these are the ferrules that they're talking about, because they attached the eraser onto the top of the pencil, and they put this thing that overlaps on the eraser and onto the pencil. And if you can see those little kind of marks, they're kind of like punched in, so they kind of grab a hold of the wood and hold on to that eraser. Okay, so just in case you were wondering. So after returning to their room, Carl directed everybody's attention to the whiteboard. If we were to write a pencil's entire family tree, it would be very, very large, he said. Ethan was trying to remember all the things involved in making a pencil, but there were so many that he lost count and forgot some of them. Remember what you asked earlier, young lady? Carl asked Jessica. You wanted to know how there can be pencils if nobody knows how to make them. Do you know now? I think it's because nobody knows how to make all the different parts of a pencil all by themselves, she said. That's right, Carl said. If you tried to make a pencil without anyone else helping you, it would be impossible. And so here is the diagram that he made, and he starts with the pencil. Thanks, Serge. Starts with the pencil, and look, he goes to get metal, and then it has to go here to find it. He goes here to get wood, but then he has to have all these people to find all the different parts of the pencils. And so that's what he's showing them. How could you travel all over the world to get the materials you needed without ships or planes? He asked the kids. Good luck. So how would you get a pencil if you were, he looks like he's shipwrecked. Or he's maybe not shipwrecked, but he got on the island somehow. Oh, and watch this. So if you were on an island, how would you gather each of the materials without tools and machines, or put them together without factories? So here they have all the components of what a pencil would be. You know, the graphite, copper, the pumice, the clay, the sticks, the rubber. How would you put them all together? And if you were busy doing all of that, when would you have time to find food or eat or build a home to live in? Good questions, huh? So there's their little factory, kind of in a big little section of land. And look at, there's all the barges and the ships that carry things all over the place and bring supplies in. So Carl stretched his arm out to say, that's why it takes millions of people working together, people who don't speak the same language, who practice different religions, who live in different countries, and who will never meet one another. That means you should treasure that pencil, huh? Well, do all those people even know they're making a pencil? Wondered Ethan aloud. No, they don't, replied Carl. Let's think of it a different way. What type of work would you like to do when you grow up? Let's see, what's he thinking about? The kids shouted out their answers, including a house builder, a teacher, a musician, a farmer, an astronaut, and a scientist. Ethan wanted to be a basketball player, and Emily said she wanted to be a doctor. Let's see where they take this. Hello, there's my finger. The logger who cuts down trees for the pencil doesn't know if the wood will be turned into furniture, a house, a pencil, or something else, Carl responded. He may not even like using pencils. And the same is true for the doctor who might treat the logger and his family, the farmer who feeds the doctor, or even the musician who entertains the farmer, he added. Almost every job you can think of may actually be helping to make a part of the pencil without the person even realizing it. And that's how it works for everything that's made, right? Emily asked, not just pencils? Definitely, Carl said. Your clothes, your backpacks, your shoes, everything you own and use requires many people working together. Remember, added Mrs. Miner, the economy is made up of people buying and selling things. If people tried to make everything on their own, they wouldn't be able to, and life would be really hard. So you've got the farmer who listens to the music, and the doctor who pays attention to the farmer to keep her healthy, and the guy who's sawing wood down, and the guy who actually, he's holding pencils. You know, they all work together and they may not even know each other. But because we divide up the work into different jobs, each person works on something that others can use. We work together automatically without even really knowing it, and there's no boss telling everybody what to do. So right there, it looks like they're at a little farmer's market in front of the hardware store. This is something we call spontaneous order, and it's the reason why we can have so many wonderful things today, said Mrs. Miner. I did not know that. But it's time for you to head home now, said Carl. But before you go, take another look at your new pencil. Millions of people, including me, helped make your pencil, but we don't know how you will use it. Will your pencil draw plans for a new invention? Will it make a work of art? Will it help you do your homework or write a letter? The pencil's family tree continues with each of you, and it will continue on and on for as long as you keep making new things with it. Oh. Interesting stuff, huh, boys and girls? And so now it looks like they're getting on the bus. Carl waved goodbye to each of the students. I hope you do something great with your pencils, he shouted as they loaded back onto the bus. So, what did you all learn about today? Asked Donald, the bus driver. Mrs. Miner, with a smile on her face, quickly answered, "They all learned how to make pencils. Right, everybody?" The kids laughed, and Ethan shouted, "I don't know how to make a pencil, Mrs. Miner. Nobody does." And for the rest of the trip home, Ethan and Emily took turns looking through their backpacks, wondering about how all of the miraculous objects were made. It was like a new world had been opened up to them, imagining the entire family tree of everything they saw. Let's see, I think that's the end. All right, well, I hope that gives you some insight, not only in how to make a pencil, but the story was really about, and this is what I want you to think about, the story was really about the cooperation and the working together to do something and to create something as simple that we take for granted, just a lowly pencil. Think about how many people had to work together to do that. All right, boys and girls, next week we'll have something else interesting.